Excuse me? What?
Right, I'll level with you. I've had to take notes because I do have a fair bit I want to say. Put it simply, I want to discuss what you can expect, and it ties into what you've seen the last few weeks regarding Five Nights at Freddy's and of course Telltale's The Walking Dead. So for starters, regarding Five Nights at Freddy's, I know a lot of people have subscribed because of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm willing to bet that they are looking forward to when I get round to playing the third game. But before we can even talk about that, I do want to quickly address as to what happened at the ending of the second game, as in I never finished Golden Freddy mode. Now of course, those who have seen the episodes will know as to why I didn't finish it, and simply put, I do have full intentions of going back and finishing it, assuming the game updates. So when it comes to the third game, I don't know when I'll get round to playing it, but one thing I can tell you is I'm well aware that you are enjoying it. I of course enjoy editing it and playing it, so it is only a matter of time. But I have decided on the day when I do decide to record it, I will load up the second game first of all, see if the version that I have has been updated, and if it has, I will give it a go. So the best way I can put it is, if I am going to revisit the second game, I'll upload that video around about the same time when the third game is being uploaded. But the best way I can put it is, I have my doubts the version's going to get updated. I can't lie to you, I've got my doubts. So if I am able to revisit it, obviously that's good. If I'm not, it's just one of those things. But then of course, moving on to the next game, we've got Telltale's. There's no point denying it's been a very long time since Season 1. And if my maths is correct, those who have been patiently waiting for Season 2 have been waiting 8 months. It has been roughly 8 months in between Season 1 and Season 2. Now, I'll admit, I know there's going to be people who are going to be curious as to how it's taken 8 months to release 5 videos. The fact is, it's because of all the other content in between. There was a time where I would upload one video every single day, and I'd make one video every single day. And of course, with doing that, meant if there was other content I wanted to work on, as in Telltale's, I'd only be able to do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. So that explains why it took a long time, because if I'm only editing a couple of minutes here and there every day, and it's a 2-hour long video, it's going to take a long time. So there's also the fact that around about that time, I did do a lot of double uploads. Like, granted there wasn't many, but I did do my fair share. So even these Message From Me To You videos, these used to be double uploads as well. So we're talking, like, you know, as I said, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. I thought it would be doable. I didn't realise how long it would take. But once Season 1 was finally released, I thought, no, I'd rather put that time into the random double uploads that I do, whether it's Minecraft, the random builds. I'd rather focus on that, because I think it worked out. The time it took me to make a single Telltale's video, I could easily make about, 5 regular videos. So I thought that would be better. So that's what I was going to do, until I was given a strong impression a lot of you wanted to see Season 2. So after realising this, I thought, right, okay, everything else aside from the daily uploads are on hold. So once I'm done with a daily upload, I'll put my time into Telltale's. But unfortunately, things didn't play out so smoothly. Some of you might remember the rant that I had regarding Stranger's Wrath. That's when I originally recorded the first episode of Season 1. And Stranger's Wrath, unfortunately, had a lot of issues, mainly down to copyright, and I won't go too much into it because I've already ranted about it in previous videos, but the long and short of it is, that playthrough took way more time because of issues that shouldn't have been a problem. So that also caused me to be a bit delayed with releasing Telltale's. But then, maybe about 2 months ago, give or take, with pushing myself to maintain daily uploads and also work on Telltale's, I was making decent progress, but I burnt myself out. So the best way I can put it is, Telltale's is arguably one of the main reasons why I don't upload on weekends anymore. But obviously it's not just down to Telltales. I also learned there's other content that requires additional time on the recording side as well as the editing sides. So with everything I've learned with trying to get season 2 sorted, there is a silver lining. And the best way I can put it is you will not be waiting nearly as long for season 3. Now I'm not going to make any promises as to when it will be, but one thing I am certain of is you won't be waiting nearly as long. So moving on to the next game that I wanted to talk about. So for those who don't know, there's currently 5 episodes of Distrust on the channel already. And the reason why I feel the need to mention it is very soon you're going to be seeing episode 6 onwards. But there's an obvious change in my mood, and the reason for that, in the first episode I drew attention to the fact that for some reason the first 20 minutes did not record, but luckily, as I said, 20 minutes, it wasn't too big of a deal. Sadly I can't say the same for episode 6 onwards. I had recorded episode 6 through to 10 and it worked out to be roughly 3 hours and none of it recorded. So it's safe to say I was quick to frustration, but for those who don't know, when it comes to recording with the Xbox, you get a notification that it's recording. The option to start recording gets replaced with a timer, and of course when you stop it you get a second notification. So it's safe to say throughout those 3 hours I had plenty indication that it had been recording, but once I packed everything away, I checked the files, they weren't there. Now here's the thing, I have had the same recording session prior to this recording session, no issues. After this recording session, I ended up doing tests, again, no issue. Now friends did make suggestions, maybe the files got corrupted. Now I will admit, once or twice files have been corrupted as I'm trying to make content, but the fact is, if the files get corrupted, I can still see them in the folder, they're just not accessible. What I'm referring to regarding episode 6 through to 10 of Distrust, they were just not there, as if I didn't record. But I know I defo clicked the record thing, as I said, had a shit ton of notifications. So as a result, I was very moody, very paranoid and outright frustrated. But to make content when I'm clearly irritated, that's nothing new. I can make content out of that. A lot of you do enjoy seeing me frustrated. Hell, it's the reason why I played Cat Mario. So I thought, why not give it a go? But it was only like after the recording and I was checking it and all that stuff that I realised that I've never actually tried to make content when I'm clearly paranoid. So the best way I can put it is it's going to be a completely different change of pace from what you're used to for this channel. I mean, hopefully it's not too different, but I might as well give you the heads up. But moving on to the final game I wanted to mention, Soulstorm. Before I get into it, I have mentioned countless times regarding the game New and Tasty, and the reason for that is it was technically the first game that I played on the channel. Now here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie, there is an obvious change in quality comparing what I do now to what I did back then. The audio for my voice is not the best, but the reason why I keep mentioning it is a lot of the skills I have regarding editing I learned while making content for that game. And simply put, there's a lot of highlighted moments in that game that are worth seeing. But whereas you could say that's just my opinion, the fact is, I really enjoyed playing that game and I really wanted to play the sequel. For those who don't know, New and Tasty is the remake of Abe's Odyssey. And Abe's Odyssey had a sequel which was Abe's Exodus, and as far as I'm aware, Soulstorm is the remake of that sequel. So of course I've been really eager to play it. But here's the thing. Whereas some of you might not be interested in New and Tasty, one thing I do know is there's a lot of you who really like the Stranger's Wrath playthrough. It's actually set in the same universe, so whereas I'm not playing this because it's a request, I'm playing this because I'm really excited to play it, I'm quite confident when I say I know yous will enjoy it too. So the best way I can put it is, I have no idea how long that playthrough is going to go. I have no idea how long it's going to be before Telltale Season 3. The only thing I can tell you right now is Season 3 of Telltales is on its way. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is going to be on its way. We've currently got Distrust Part 6 onwards to look forward to, and of course Soulstorm. So the best way I can put it is, the only thing I know for sure is I've been chatting long enough, so I might as well wrap up this video. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, hopefully
I cannot stutter.
Hopefully it's been informative, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Like and subscribe.